So today, taking ahead the second tip for public speaking or to improve skills of communication is, any guesses? What could be the second tip? I'm sure that you would be looking for a lot of solutions that, hey, just give me some magical pill. I want to go to the Harry Potter world where someone says, Wingardium Laviosa, abracadabra, and I become a great public speaker. Divas, tell me something magical. No need to give me tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, tip 4, tip 5. Give me something magical which I can just swallow, maybe a pill. And the moment I swallow, I became an effective speaker. How many of you are looking for that change? How many of you are looking for that change? Well, if yes, then this session is not for you. Trust me, because if anyone says that, he's just fooling you, folks. He's just fooling you because you cannot just grab a pill and expect you to transform overnight. And that's why we're going slow, but we're going deep. Repeat after me, okay? We are going slow, but we are going deep. And that's important so that the foundation is laid for you, right? So the second tip for the day is message. Yes, the number one thing was people and their perceptions, how it is perceived. And the second thing is the message. I hope everyone understands that what communication is all about right now. Who is shouting? Who is speaking? Who is blabbering? Who is producing sound? Well, this man in front of you, that's me. I am the one who is the sender, who is trying to communicate with you. Whereas on the other side, if there is no one watching me, it's like, hello, anyone there? That would be my response. But luckily, we have an amazing group of learners who are there to listen, who are there to receive what I have to share. And that's how communication works, folks. Try to understand. Right now, I'm giving out a message, but if it is not received by anyone, there is no listener. Would that be communication? Would that be communication? Think about it. It won't be communication. It would be just you producing some sounds and nobody is interested to listen. Folks, communication is like smooching. Yes, many of you would have experienced it. Many of you are fantasizing it that, Devas, what did you talk about? Well, yes, communication is about smooching, a kiss. It requires two people. You cannot kiss alone, can you? Just try doing that, okay? Just imagine, close your eyes, and there is no one. You would end up doing like this. Well, some people do it. They love pouting. They love pouting, yes or no? They would get their phones in front of them, and they're like, and I'm wondering what is wrong with those people. So the point is that the communication is a two-way process. Try to understand this, right? It is not just about one person speaking. If the other person is not listening, then it doesn't work. Moreover, this session is about making things effective, Now, to make things effective, the other person needs to understand as well what you are saying. Not just listen, but also understand. That is the plan. That is the plan, right? So first thing first, you need a sender, you need a receiver, absolutely. And the next thing is the words. Right now, I'm using some words to communicate with you. Now, the message which is being passed on from me to you is not just words. It also has some non-verbal signs. Repeat after me. What is it? NVS, non-verbal signs. All my body language, all my eyes, my expressions, what I do with my face, with my hands, with my body language entirely. That is the second thing through which I'm passing on the message. Messages, not only words. People have this perception that message means the words. No. The message or the effectiveness of the message comes by words, by the non-verbal signs, and number three, the tone of the voice, the way you say it. Yes, the way you say it, that plays an important role. Yes or no? Yes. Now, suppose if I say, wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm so delighted to hear that this is great. This is truly phenomenal. I'm so excited as of now that I cannot tell you that how much energetic I feel at this moment. If I say in this fashion, I bet you would feel something is wrong with this man. He doesn't say what he means. He doesn't mean what he says. Would you feel that? Yes or no? Would you feel that if you are watching this and if you align with what I said, would you say this? Yes or no? Come on, come on, come on. Yes or no? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Yes, that you need to be effective. You need to be coherent in your message. On the other hand, if I say, wow, that's awesome, do you see? Same three words. Wow, that's awesome. The way you say it, that changes the game. So try to focus not just on the words, but also on the way you say it. Now, folks, understand that how the effectiveness would change, or how much is it important for you to change as per the channel. Now, if I ask you that, which channel do you use to communicate? I'm not talking about the channels that you use to surf the television or the internet or whatever you do, but rather, which channel do you use? Do you use a text mode? Ask yourself that, do you use a text mode? I mean, when you use a message, that's texting. Or do you use an email? That's also one more channel of communication, passing on the message. I'm just using WhatsApp or an SMS as a medium to communicate, using an email to communicate. What else? What else could be there to communicate using a different channel? You have an SMS, you have an email. What else? Maybe you have a voice message. Yes. You may have a phone call, right? I mean, you can just pick up the phone and call up. That's also one of the ways. Or the best approach, face to face. So which channel do we use to communicate? Things would matter. Understand, things would matter, things would change. The way you pass on the message, that would change. I repeat, based upon the channel. You cannot apply the same format across all the channels. You ought to use different ways across different channels. For example, if I am sending a voice note, just imagine, in India, we do not send voice notes. Maybe now we're getting in a habit of doing it. Courtesy, hey Siri, can you do this for me? Hey Alexa, can you do this for me? Well, now we're getting in a habit of doing all this, but still, majority of us do not use a voice message to communicate. We prefer texting, we prefer typing. Now think about it. How difficult it would be for you to say that, yes, you are happy, you are smiling, you are excited. When you say that, I am laughing out loud, what do we do? We use LOL, and then we have an emoji which has its tears coming out of his eyes, and we try to showcase that, hey, even I am experiencing something similar. So when you had messaged me, I was laughing out loud. But do you actually laugh that way? I'm sure as you watch me, you'll be like, this guy is crazy. Why does he laugh out loud in that way? But that is what you mean. You want to showcase that this guy laughs out loud. Come on, do it then. If you actually say LOL and post that emoji, try doing it. It would be weird, right? You would never do that. That's how we use that channel to express ourselves, because we know it that the person at the other end is not able to see us, is not able to hear us. So let this expression communicate to him that what I want to say, what I am feeling right now, let the other person feel the same emotion. That's about a voice message, or that's about a text. How about the voice one? In case of a voice message, you know it that you cannot communicate in a way, okay, Charlie, come in, alpha, alpha, tango, tango, yes, come in, over and out, come in. Can you do it? You're going to do it, right? You ought to pass on one message in one go. Try doing it, folks. I request. If you wish to improve the structuring of thoughts, try doing this. You pick up your mobile phone, and as you text your friend, avoid that. Rather, send a voice message. You would feel how challenging it is. You would realize that. Because when we text, we just send a proper message, a detailed one, if we do that ways, or we prefer a chat that I say something, you say something, I say something, you say something. And that's how we communicate, like we would do when we meet a person face to face. But if you have to pass on a message in one single continuation, you'd be using a voice note. You cannot send multiple voice notes to explain the same thing. You ought to be so clear so that every word that you say comes out clearly. I hope this makes sense to everyone. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay. Awesome. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. 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 Folks, you need to understand that what is the purpose of your message? Yeah. What is the purpose of your message? I mean, depending upon the purpose, you can change the way you pass on the message. Is your purpose to inform? Ask. If your purpose is to just pass on any information, where would you focus? If your purpose is just to pass on any message, for example, if there is a manager, he has to pass on any message, or if there is a student who has to pass on any official information, then what would be his focus on? Ultimately, he wants that the receiver should get the exact information that you have in your head or that you have on a piece of paper in front of you. Your purpose is to inform the other person so that whatever you want him to understand, he gets it. That can be one purpose. The second purpose can be to persuade. I mean, majorly when you use public speaking, you would use public speaking to persuade the other person to do something. That, hey, I'm trying to say this, so that you do blah, 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 blah. So there's a purpose. There is a purpose to persuade a person to do something. In that scenario, if your purpose is to persuade someone, to convince someone that, hey, you should be doing this, you need to give claims. You need to give claims. Else the person would never do it. Think about it. Think about that. In case of maybe, what should I say, Netflix or Hotstar, they may say that these many viewers are watching us, or something of that sort, that we are the biggest series provider, or blah blah blah, that we are the best in this. So they're giving you claims. For example, if Amazon says that we are the largest e-commerce store in the world, for example, it's a claim, right, that we have products from A to Z. I think this is what they say. They have products from A to Z. So whatever you want, we have it for you. That's a claim because they're trying to persuade you to buy from them. Yes? So focus on your claims. If your purpose is that the person should be persuaded, then focus on your claims. That is the focus in the message. We are still talking about the message, so your focus is on the claims. You can even focus on the evidence. You can even focus on the evidence so as to, this has happened. For example, I remember there was an advertisement of Dr. Batra's hair clinic. I am not quoting him because I'm losing hair from here, but because I remember that incident, that advertisement right now where he says Dr. Batra's hair transplant treatment, something of that sort. I remember it was more than 2 decades back, if I'm not wrong, at least 15 years back, where I met someone in my family who tried to go for Dr. Batra's treatment. And he had evidence that before and after, before it was a barren land, there was no one on that barren land. And after, there is a dense green black forest. Have you seen those claims, evidences, whereby people give you some examples that, hey, before I was very sad, before my dog used to like me, before I was very fat, but now I'm so handsome, I'm so much in shape that everyone likes me. Have you ever seen those TV commercials, folks? Yes or no? Yes or no? Have you seen those things? Yes. Yeah, so what are they doing? They are giving you some kind of evidence. They're giving you some kind of evidence that, hey, believe in this. Believe in this. This is phenomenal. If you do it, even you will have a black forest. So if anyone is losing hair, try it out. I'm not endorsing him, but just giving you a suggestion that, first of all, try it out and then trust and try, whichever works for you. Okay. The next part is reasoning. You can either focus on the claims, focus on the evidence, focus on the reasoning. You may give strong reasons to support your point. Ultimately, see, it's about persuading. That if you are giving or texting someone that, hey, we need to meet at 6 p.m. at so-and-so place, that's an information. That's a piece of information that, hey, we need to meet for a meeting at 6 at so-and-so place. Perfect. But when the purpose is to persuade someone, you need to give a reason that why should the person be there? What is so great about that particular moment that you should be there? What is the importance of that moment that you should be there? Why everyone is joining in and why even you should join in? You are giving a reason. And if you're doing it through any channel, my dear friend, maybe through a message, maybe through a voice message, maybe through a phone call, maybe through an email, maybe through face-to-face, you need to give a reason. Why? Because that's how it works. No matter you think from your heart, but you also have your head in place. Yes, you do have your head in place. So do focus on reasoning. Give some good points to support your viewpoint. Sometimes people say that, I did message him, I did email him, I did call him, but he did not say yes. He did not agree to it. Did you try to persuade in the right manner? Ask yourself. This applies to interviews as well. When you go for interviews, what do? You persuade the HR that, hey, sir, I am the right person. Hire me. You are persuading him, yes or no. You give him reasons. You convince him that, hey, take me on board. Why? Because you have it in you. This is what you claim. You give evidence of your hard work, don't you? Tell me, don't you? You do it, right? So focus on the reasoning. Without that, it is just a false claim. You need to back it up. You need to back it up, right? The next approach can be to focus on the problem and the solution. That there is a problem, a big, big, big problem, and I have a solution for it. So focus on the problem, talk about it, that what problem the person is facing. I can use the same example, Dr. Batra, and say that, do you feel low on confidence because of your baldness? People are often feeling low on the confidence. Do you want to have hair over your head once again? Well, yes. So there is a problem, that maybe you talk about that how embarrassing it feels to you, or do you feel that you're not going to the social places, or there are people who are laughing at you because you do not have hair over your head? That could be a problem for a person who has gone through it. There was a movie in Bollywood by the name of Bala. I don't know how many of you have watched it, but a movie featuring Ayushmann Khurrana. And in that movie, we see that what kind of effect a so-called insecurity can have on a person who is decent, who is doing pretty much well. But, Bala, Bala, Bala. So you can talk about the problem, that this is a problem. Do you feel this way? Oh, so we have a solution. Like in that very movie, he is trying to sell a fairness cream, that in case you are dark in complexion, in case you are wheatish, do you feel that you are inferior as compared to those so-called damsel beauties? You have this product. And that's the reason why Fair and Lovely became Glow and Lovely. Words do matter, folks. Communication. What are you communicating? You are indirectly saying that being fair would raise the bar for you. Being fair means more beautiful. Seriously? Seriously. That's what the brand was trying to communicate till the time someone raised the voice that, hey, this is crap. We don't buy this. This is wrong. You are spreading, some sort of discrimination. And we do it at a conscious or a subconscious or an unconscious level. We do it in this society, and we have so many filters in our head based upon which we communicate. Tell me if I'm wrong. How many of you agree with what I just said? Type in, I agree, I agree. Come on, let me see that. How many of you are completely with me? Yes. How many of you are with me? Awesome. 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 I love this response, folks. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Absolutely. So try and understand that how communication is happening, not just with people, but also from the brand communication, how it works. So focus on the problem, and then you give a solution. That if you are fed up of being rejected, being dark, being fat, being crap, then we have a solution. Ta-da! Drum rolls, boom. That's how the companies do it. That's one way to persuade you to buy that magic pill, which can transform you. Second thing is to focus on compare and contrast. For example, a person has two options, that should I take this or should I take that? Should I take this or should I take that? Which one should I choose? I think this one would be better. If I choose this one, it has benefits like this. For example, I have to buy a new mobile phone. Which one should I buy? Okay, let me search on the Google. I will open the laptop and search. All right. Yeah. This is expensive. Hey, this is a nice option. This is within my range. But it doesn't have that feature which this one has. And then I compare. Do we do that? There are so many situations where we compare the mobile phones and just think that, I get the best deal out of it, which can suit my needs. So we compare and contrast. That can be a way. For example, there is brand X and there is brand Y. Now, let's take the most common example, Apple and OnePlus, or Apple or Samsung, whichever works with you. Now, Apple and or X can be Samsung or OnePlus, whichever you pick up, no worries. There is a comparison between two brands. So you say, should I choose Apple or should I choose OnePlus? Well, the company would try to give you a contrast. They won't say it directly, they may do it, but they will do it indirectly. That how they are better, they are contrasting the features of the two products, and they say how we are better as compared to others. Folks, understand, whenever you are going ahead in life, it is not about just products. When you go for interviews as well, or in your daily professional interactions, what do? We are trying to contrast ourselves as compared to others, because the other person, maybe your prospective employer, maybe your prospective client, maybe your prospective investor, everyone has options. Should I go with this person or not? Should I hire him or not? Should I buy from him or not? They would compare. And what do you have to do? You have to put forward your points in a way so that you're able to sail through. So that's how we compare and contrast. Rest we can discuss. Now, the important part is giving examples. Absolutely. I mean, you may tell that, this is what has to be done, but if you don't give examples to support your message, then it would lose its importance. Folks, understand, message is not just about sending a piece of text or just informing a person. If you give examples, it sounds much more convincing. If you don't give any examples, or if you do not have this habit of giving examples, then it may not be understood the way you want to make them understand. Do you get this? Do you get this? That how it works. Giving examples is always a preferred idea where you can explain what you want to say. And trust me, many a times we struggle to give examples because we ourselves do not understand what we want to say. Try doing it. Try doing it. Make it a habit that from now on, when you communicate with someone, you give examples. What do? You give examples as you explain a point. Believe me, the more examples you give, the more clarity of thought you would have. You would know what you are talking about. You'll be able to connect things because of the example. So everyone should be giving examples from now on. And the most important thing, taking the listener's feedback. Yes, if you do not take the listener's feedback, you are missing on a large part. Folks, understand. Right now, I am passing on a message to you. I am the sender, you are the receiver. Yes, I am passing on a message, keeping all these points into consideration, which I just discussed, whereby I'm discussing about the various aspects of or people or the mistakes which people do with respect to public speaking, with respect to passing on a message. And now, if I do not take your feedback that, hey, are you liking this session? Are you enjoying this session? Are you learning from this session? I would like to know from you right now. Are you learning? Are you enjoying? Are you loving it? Whatever it is, just type it out and let me know. What are you feeling right now? Are you enjoying? Are you learning? Are you feeling great? What are you feeling after this session? Like so far, whatever you have watched, let me know in the comment section. How do you feel so far? How do you feel so far? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. Great, great, great. So good to see. Good to see. Sure. Awesome. Awesome. That you feel amazing. You feel great. Now that's a feedback for me that the way I communicate with you, you are able to connect with it and you're able to understand and enjoy. Perhaps that's the purpose of communication. Else, if I'm not effective, I'm not engaging, then the purpose is lost. It is just a message, but the way it is being delivered, the way it is being received, the way it is being received, that is more important. That is more important. Okay. And when you take the listener's feedback, take feedback with an intention of curiosity, that you are curious to know more. That is the level of curiosity which you should have. Trust me, that is the level of curiosity which you should have when you take feedback. Whenever we take feedback, we have a blocked mind. We're like, I don't want criticism, I want appreciation. So ask people that, hey, give me appreciation. Don't say feedback, because feedback would always be a mixed bag of appreciation as well as criticism. But if you cannot handle criticism, then don't say, please give me feedback. Just ask for appreciation. Fair deal. But that's not how it works. You always take feedback from people that what their response is. Are they liking it? Are they understanding it? Liking comes secondary. Loving comes later on. The first and most important thing is that are they even understanding what you are saying? That's important. That's really, really important. So take listeners' feedback also whenever you pass on the message. Now, how do you take the listeners' feedback? You might say that, hey, if you need any clarifications, please do let me know. We use these lines when we email a person. I receive a lot of emails from my students in various forms. And I'm like, hey, God, when would they learn how to compose an email? Yes, so learn to take a feedback, or it's just clarifying things that towards the end, let me know if it works out for you, or let me know if you need some more inputs or if you need some more clarity. You're just reconfirming. You're just reconfirming and giving an open space to the other person to contact you back if required. Do you get this? When you are composing an email, always do that. There's a purpose behind it, because it ought to be clear. If you compose an email, you dropped a message, you dropped a voice message, but it is not received properly at the other end, then what's the purpose? What's the purpose? Yes. But if you go with this intention that, hey, my purpose is that you should understand what I'm trying to say. It's all about intention, folks. I'm not teaching over here what you should write. There are so many examples, so many scenarios that this is impossible to cover everything. But the only purpose for you to understand is that the message that you had should be understood by the other person. It should be received well, so that there is no confusion, no misconception. It's clear, it's understood. If the need be, you can always ask for questions. You can also ask for questions that, in case you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to me. That's also part of the message. I hope you get this. That when you are passing on a message, what do? We use our words, we use our tone, and also we use our body language. Always remember this. You would get different feedback. That's okay. Not everyone can be pleased. Not everyone can be pleased. Get this thing in your head. If you lose your focus because someone is disappointed, that's okay. Maybe you can talk to the person that, hey, what makes you say that? I would love to know that. You get this, the approach? Instead of saying that, how dare you say this to me? Oh, he's a hater. He doesn't like me. Rather, what you're doing, you're asking the person that, hey, I would like to know that what made you feel so. Maybe you're not in the right mindset to perceive my message. You may be not feeling well. That could be a reason that you did not understand in that same manner. It happens. It happens. Yes or no? Sometimes the one message from someone, or like call from someone, when our parents call us, right? And we are a bit tensed, we are a bit frustrated, we are a bit occupied. What do we say? What do we say? We simply get angry, some of us, not everyone, and we say, Dad, please call me later. I am really busy. Why do you call me again and again? I mean, I am really busy, occupied. Yes. But when you are feeling lonely, when you are feeling depressed, when you need someone who is a loved one around you, and if mom calls you up, Mom, thank you so much for calling me. I was feeling so lonely. I'm glad you called me up. Thank you so much. Yes. It's just the state of mind. It's just the state of mind. And that's how it changes. That's how it changes. Right? So the message, if it is communicated, sometimes what happens, people complain that Devas, I dropped him a message, but he did not reply to my message. I think he has ignored it. That's one of the possibility. That's one of the possibility, right? But that's not a fact. That's not a fact. That may be a fact. That's a possibility. Do you get this? The difference, right? Maybe he was occupied. Maybe he was busy with some work. Maybe he was not feeling well. A lot of reasons. Can you make assumptions? You dropped a message. Rather, you should drop in one more message just to clarify that, hey, I hope you are in the pink of your health. I hope things are fine at your side. Do confirm. I would really, wait for your response. To let me know. Do follow up. Do follow up. People expect that I have dropped in a message, he should reply. Are you some VIP or what? Are you some VIP? No, right? Nobody's a VIP out here. Don't get this thing in your head, else you would never communicate effectively. That's the lesson for this video. And now the platform is open for all of you to ask me any questions if you have. We'll just take up a few questions and then we would wrap up this session. So thank you so much for joining in. I'm sure, if you have stayed back for the 40 minutes, then you were interested, then you were there. Had it not been interesting, you would have dropped out. So congratulations, folks. You have successfully attended day 2. Congratulations. So before we sign out, any questions which we would be answering? Let's check. Oh yes. Okay, we have some questions that how to improve English or other language for business communication. I'm going to be coming live in the coming few days where I would talk about this aspect of how to improve your English as well. So in these 21 days, we have covered a lot of topics which would be helping you to communicate effectively. So right now we're talking about the 5 tips of communication. In the days to come, you'll also see how to speak effectively in English. Overcoming fear of public speaking, that would be covered for sure. Awesome. That's nice. Yes, absolutely. All these things would be covered up. So great. Keep it up, folks. Keep it up. I would really appreciate, some of you had reached out to the Devas. Where do we get the link? Where is the next session? Well, tomorrow's session might be a bit late at 10 o'clock, at 10 p.m. So keep a check on the YouTube, right? I will be posting the stream link. So if you haven't subscribed the YouTube, do that so that you do not miss on the notification, because tomorrow's time would be changed. Just reminder for all of you that tomorrow we're not meeting at 9, but at 10. I have some work and I would try my level best to finish it off before 10. Rather, I would not try, I would do it so that we meet again at 10 and we don't miss anything. I hope that works well for everyone. Okay, we have questions coming up. Adding a presentation to this live classes, well, yes, that was the plan yesterday also, but things got berserk and I could not do it. Hopefully, I'll be sharing it in the coming few days. So stay tuned, stay tuned. There is a lot more coming your way, buddy. I mean, what more can you ask for than getting all of this, sitting at your home, sipping some coffee and chilling out? What more? Awesome. Please clarify that these all inculcate for effective communication. I don't get this message. It's not clear. I mean, all these pointers which we are discussing, it is helping you become an effective communicator. See, if you realize the depth with which we are doing these sessions, it is not just scratching the surface. Rather, we are going deep into everything, folks. Trust me, all of you who are watching this, you would be like, not like bragging about it, but technically, if you will understand the concept, what I'm trying to deliver in this session, you're gonna go a long way ahead. I repeat. Okay, 1 second. Yes, 10 is okay. Super. Okay, parenting a grown-up child. Awesome. So all those who want to suggest something, I had talked about it yesterday also, and I got some inputs. Well, let me show you again. Well, if you go on on YouTube, if you go in the tab of community in the YouTube, I had asked for what kind of topics do you want from my side. So I request everyone who wants to suggest what topics I should cover up in the coming few days, because the focus is public speaking and personal growth, right? So I can cover up those aspects. So you can drop in your suggestions in the community tab. I have asked you for your suggestions. That's the best I can do to accommodate what you have asked for to the best of the interest of this initiative. That can be done. Okay. I would request to drop in your requests, what you want from me in the coming few days. No matter, I have my agenda set and I'll be following it. Still, I can accommodate if I feel that there's something which is powerful, something which is important for everyone. I hope that's great. How many of you are ready for the next few days? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Oh, yes. Super. Okay. So there's a question which comes in, which says that, so sometimes we get so much information from this session. No, he says that, so got so much information from the session, but sometimes we hesitate. Either we type message or not, or we hesitate so as to what to say, what to type, and that time, what would we do? Now, if that is a challenge where you hesitate so as to, should I type, should I not? Just try with or start with your friends, right? Form a group and communicate with your friends. Not just the way you do generally, but those friends who have a common goal. Just text in a way, the way you would do to a professional. You are practicing with your fellow members. Try doing that. Get in this habit of communicating clearly and to the point. Once you get a feedback from your friend that, hey, this was nice, you were able to structure your thoughts, and I could receive in the same template the way you shared, as in what you wanted to say, I understood in the same context. That means you have improved your structure, you have improved the way you pass on the message. So do that. Okay. What do I do to become a good listener? Well, keep listening to me. That's one thing. And I have a session planned on this topic as well in the coming few days. Still, I would request you to drop in this comment in the community tab on YouTube. Do that, okay? Do that. Okay, so that's great. Yes, we can become a great listener provided we follow the tips I'll be sharing in the coming few days. So on this note, I shall be saying bye-bye before we meet again tomorrow. And just to inform you again, right, so that I got some messages that I missed the stream last evening. Could you please share the link again? Well, you can get that, but the live interaction is fun. I bet, right? So in case you have missed it, do come the subscribe so that you get the stream link, because tomorrow that time has changed. I would see you tomorrow. Till then, stay awesome and stay productive. Bye-bye. Great.